Well, I got it from the Overcast Network forums, and I just thought it was fun to make a tutorial about it, because I also thought it was a pretty cool cannon design. Well, it's called the Torpedo, and this is because, as you may see, as you can see right here, you may think it's just a normal cannon that will shoot right away over this lane. No, it will drop down, and then the charge will blast away the cannonballs. And yes, it's actually just a cannon that can be replaced or something. It's really weird, but I'll explain it now. So what we got here is a design. It's pretty compact. It's not all too hard to make or to remember, and it is pretty little on resources, I think. The only problem is that you need to be high up in the sky to make it, because only then it will be a not very good counterable cannon. So well, I got a little index over here that points out the 3 stained clay blocks over here. So the first one is the charge. Those are these 7 TNT blocks, as you can see here, and that are the TNT, or basically the gunpowder from this cannon. Those will shoot the cannonballs away. Then we got the cannonballs, and that's the orange stained clay, and those are these 3 TNT blocks. These will also drop down, and they will be shoot away. And last, the release. This will trigger all the fence gates, which opens them, and then the TNT can easily drop down. So I think we should test it first. So first, let's click these buttons. You see that? That's how far they came. And it was very unsuspicious, because you can also just build it right here, then people will start running at you and they think for like, ha, his cannon must have blown up, and then suddenly, indeed, they fell to their death. So, well, let's first move on to the little tutorial. So let's move on to the tutorial. As you can see, you have to have a citron shape, and then you need to, yeah, you can start. So you must fill in the citron shape on the sides, like this. Then you want to go 7 blocks in the sky, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you want to make the same citron shape in the sky. Although now you have to cut out these blocks. Then at the bottom you can place 5 blocks with a 6, making a kind of L shape. And you want to go 2 blocks up in the air and 3 stained glass blocks above them. Doesn't need to be stained clay, but then you can easily see your TNT, and then you can tell if it's if it's placed correctly. That's the kind of word I'm searching for. So now you're gonna place the release block over here with a button and a redstone line on the back. This will trigger the fences. Then a block above it with redstone detonation block for the cannonballs, redstone above it, and then you just want to make some rings around it, around the TNT, so it won't fall off. There you go. Another one here. That's the redstone, and almost done now. Now you need to have the fences and fence gates here for the release system to work. So you need a fence. Well, you just start with 2 fences over here. You need a fence gate over here, so you just have to place a block down. Then you can place the fence gate above it. Same here, and then you're done. What I usually do, and I believe also did here, is I place some quartz blocks over here so the TNT can jump up instead of just stay here on the same level, and that will decrease the chance of it shooting out and landing on the redstone, what we don't want, because then it will drastically blow up. And you just kind of fill it up and you're done. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. So, well, now I'm going to explain how you can change the settings a bit, and I'll do that with some automated systems. 4 of them, and I built them for bedrock because first I wasn't sure how to build them, but now because of the slabs I know. I mean, it's a serious advantage. If you don't do the slabs, I think you only have a 50% chance of succeeding, and that's not very great. So, well, what I did here is, well, it's actually basically the same design. I just added some redstone. You can remove all of these blocks, and then you get the same design back. I just wanted a solid structure, so all my redstone wouldn't blow to pieces. So, what I did here for redstone is I put, I removed the buttons on the release and the cannonball button. I released those buttons, yes, and I placed the redstone torch on the back of the charge button. Then I made a little redstone course leading into another redstone torch, and that is going to trigger the cannonballs, as I did with green. It's not the same as that index, it's just a bit different because this will switching these repeaters will decrease or increase the I believe height it was. Oh, these are the optimal settings. So I believe it was height, or was it? No, it was distance. Yes, because when you trigger these the cannonballs earlier, then it will take a longer time to detonate for these TNT compared to the starter charge TNT, which is all triggered instantly with this button. So if you give it more ticks, then it will go further, and you give it less ticks, then it will almost immediately explode after it's fallen down. That makes sense. So you have to have 2.5 ticks for my construction, my structure, because otherwise the TNT won't be down in time before the fence gates close again, and then your TNT will be stuck in the cannon and the cannon will explode, and we don't want that. So after that I run a little redstone course over here leading into a block with a redstone torch on the side, some tricks with redstone leading into another redstone block, so that's 4 redstone torches already, leading into a repeater, leading to 4 repeaters. And it's important that this is a redstone repeater, because otherwise that vent gate won't be triggered, because this redstone needs to go into this bedrock block to trigger that vent gate. And I believe this also can be a repeater, otherwise it will be triggered that way, and then it will be an infinite cycle, and we don't want that either. This is also main important, because otherwise this vent gate will not be triggered. So I have put here 5 times 4 ticks, full repeaters, and here 2.5 repeaters, and I believe this is exactly necessary, and then you can more or less get to that point. So with my optimal settings of this semi-automatic cannon, I can shoot less further than do it manually, so that's something. So as you can see, the TNT is placed, detonate, detonate, fall down. That's more or less a good guess, I think. So let's move on. This is another setting from my structure, also to point out what is. This is decrease distance. So this time I decrease the ticks of the cannonballs, and this also when you wait too long for the cannonballs to trigger compared to the fence gates. If you do it like you click this one and then you wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, click click, then this will happen. So let's do it. And you can see decrease distance. It wasn't even that far. This is a pretty bad estimate range because I believe it was from an old data. So we need to set it to the right place. There we go. So we can move on now. This was decreased distance, so that's when you wait too long for that to trigger compared to the ignition. This is decreased height. As you can see, I made a new range down there because this is a decreased height. And with decreased height I don't mean like it won't go higher or low. Well, I do mean it. I mean that it will, in y coordinate, it will go lower. So I just should have named it lower height, but that's not important. So that is when these ticks are still the same. I believe this is, yes, 2 ticks like it's supposed to be. And then you have here 8 plus 3 ticks. So 2 full repeaters and 3 non-full repeaters. And I just use this because then you can see the comparison with the others. So let's ignite it and we'll see what happened. Oh, I see what happened. I believe it bounced off from the... Let's try that again. And that's also a pretty good way to show you how to fill this thing in regular Minecraft. Because, well, this is actually, you don't need these blocks. These are also not in the construction itself. Oh wait, these are. It's about this. And well, this is a very easy staircase, I would suggest, because you can, if you look at the dot while shifting, you can place the highest TNT block, and then you can place those 3. And if you do the same in this one, you can also easily place it. And it's actually pretty easy to reload. That's also a pro. There we go. As you can see, the top of that is killed. And I believe, well, I said it there. That's more or less the range I got with my farthest shot. And yes, I made it here. This is my furthest shot, and this is a average. Sometimes it will go further than other times. It's a bit weird, I can't explain it, but this is more or less the average. So it's I think it's a pretty good range, since it is all 10 blocks. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, almost 60 blocks. It's pretty good. So moving on to the next. This is decreased distance and height. So this is a bit mixing up the values. As you can see here, well, this is I believe 15 ticks. This is 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, and the redstone torch I believe have both a half of a tick. I believe. I don't precisely know, but I'm guessing on that. And since this has 2 redstone torches more than this one, I'm guessing about 15 ticks for this one. And this one is 12 ticks. And well, the problem with this one is that the fence gates are here for a reason, and this will lead to the problem what I'm talking about, because the fence gates are here to ensure that the falling speed of all TNT is the same. So then you can edit the height, size, distance yourself. If the fence gates weren't here, then the TNT would of course drop down. But if it even would been set off on time, then the falling speed would mess up the whole structure, because then you would have to time it all precisely, and that would be impossible. And then this structure would also be not necessary. So because this has only 3 ticks difference, the TNT will drop down exactly when the fence gates are opening. So the falling speed of the bottom TNT will still hit the fence gate, and then it will open. So this will fall much slower than the 2 on top. And I believe the top one also, the middle one also just barely hits it, and will have also a minor falling speed, but the top one won't even hit the fence gate, so it will just keep on falling, have the same falling speed as ever, and will fall down much quicker. And that will cause it to get under the charge, and then it will shoot down. And the other ones will maybe a bit mix, and those will shoot forward or a bit diagonal. And that's what causes it to have a scatter gun. As you can see, it's not really effective because, well, it's only 3 cannonballs, and it's not really like a spread. It will only hit like 3 things, 1 in the sky, 1 directly below you, and 1 diagonal in front of you. So it is not really the best setting for this cannon. So this would mean if you do it manually, it will mean that you click this one, and then you would click this one, those exactly on the same time. So click really fast, like you would almost connect those two. But I think this was it, guys. I will put the world download in the description, because maybe you want to try out for yourself with these awesome torpedo cannons. I will put the links in the description from the author, from the thread where it was showed on, and I hope you enjoy. So this was the Mode Boy speaking, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.